Hey, I'm David Stewart DaVaney, and this is the first video of my vlog series. Um, this vlog series is going to be taking you, the viewer, on a journey through the process of my big project for this year, the Lonesome Crowded West, an album by Modest Mouse that was made almost 20 years ago, which is kind of the reason why I wanted to make this music video series and all this other stuff, but we'll get a little bit to that in a little bit. So, before we start off with anything, I kind of want to introduce myself. So like I said, my name is David DaVaney. I am going to Ivy Tech Community College of Indiana, United States, Earth, the solar system, and I have been going there for quite some time. I think about 4 years. It's been a really fun journey and everything. But I'm going there to South Bend right now, and I used to go to Valparaiso. But I actually live in Portage, a little bit farther away. And I've lived in Portage all my life. I was born in Maryville, but have always lived in the same house ever since I can remember. But that doesn't mean that I haven't traveled a lot. I've actually traveled a whole lot, probably about over 40 continental states, and then also to Canada for a little bit when I was like 4 or 5, if you want to count that. But I love traveling, and I think that's one of the big reasons why I love this album and want to do this project so much. But I've always wanted to be some kind of video director for music videos and stuff like that. I always felt music videos were really awesome. You know, I loved watching them on MTV. I love watching them on VH1. And they were really awesome. And that's actually how I found Modest Mouse the first time, is I watched one of their music videos for Float On, and I was like, this is awesome. This is incredible. I want more. But totally forgot about them. With my childhood, not memory orientated mind going on, and I totally forgot to even look them up until right around middle of high school. Then I started listening to them more and more as time progressed. I would really start to really understand them though in my more late 20s or early 20s. What am I talking about? Early 20s, my 20th or 22nd year of life. I listened to them probably the most. Especially coming up to this album, A Lonesome Crowded West, because this idea has kind of been in the back of my head for a while. So, yeah, I think that's my relationship with the band. But who is the band, though? Well, the band is composed of three musicians. Isaac, Jeremiah, and I don't remember the bassists. I'm terribly sorry. But they were a band in the early 1990s. They started out, and then they kind of came out with more of their sound of what it came, the Lonesome Crowded West, in 1998, and it was a smash hit with a lot of people. A lot of critics say that this is like their best album or whatever, and I thought with it coming out in 1997, you know, that would be the 20th anniversary this year, so why not celebrate their 20th anniversary by celebrating them by making a big music video out of the whole album. So I'm going to be taking elements of who they were at that point in time and make it into music videos with stories, with like live performances, with them driving, you know, talk about all the different aspects of who they were kind of at that time, but not really connect them to actually be the singer as Isaac, or, you know, the drummer as Jeremiah, or, you know, the bassist is the bassist. They are themselves. They are their own characters in this video, and they should be treated that way, because I don't feel it's right for me to just outright copy exactly who they were and try to demonstrate it without knowing all the knowledge of who they were. You know, if I had the proper time, the proper interviews, the proper communication in between myself and the band, then I would wholeheartedly do more of a documentary style where it's really supposed to be the band, but I found people to act as them. So, there's going to be a lot of aspects that fans of Modest Mouse are going to see in the characters, but they're going to be like, oh, that's a little bit more like, that's like the opposite of who Isaac is. Or, oh, that's kind of like a character trait in Isaac that's in the drummer, or like whatever, Just to kind of keep the super fans on edge, and also, I don't know, try to be able to create characters that make sense with everything. I feel like if I tried working out who everybody was, I would get so lost into that I don't think the actors that I would choose would be able to flourish and be themselves anymore. Because I also want the actors to be themselves, but still playing a character. Because if you're playing a character that you don't have really any true understanding of who they are, you don't do any research behind that person, you're not really going to understand who they are. And I don't want to have to do that for the actors. That, like, I'm already going to be trying to take up as much time away from them as I can. So for them to be researching about their character more than they have to, nah. So, as you can hear, I am looking right now at actors. I just finished up the script, the big script, my big rough script of the whole project. I have the whole story of what the video is done. Now I just need to write down all of the locations that I've been looking at for potentials, all the locations in general to be able to count on which ones there are, write down all the actors that I need for each video so then I can start figuring out my actual actors as well, not just the band. Then I need to look at adding special shots and all that other kind of stuff to the rest of the document. And then once I have all that information done, I will be basically splitting up it into two, to where it'll be kind of like more the cast and more of the crew scripts. And then there will be the master script to then look into getting more further details if somebody was asking me questions and I was like, oh, just go to this page and, you can read up more about it while I'm trying to do this other thing, okay? Or if I have the time to, obviously I can explain it to them. But I just wanted to have it so then people wouldn't have to think they have to come up to me all the time to ask exactly what I want to do. They could kind of get a better understanding. So, I'll be seeing you next week. We'll be talking more about probably actors and talk about more of the albums and like the kind of aesthetic that I'm going to be going for most of the stuff. To give you a little sneak peek about it, it's just kind of typical Midwest 1990s, kind of emo-esque, kind of anti-culture, kind of trying to show off a little bit of the Midwestern spirit, but still show off the Modest Mouse feel as well. Which is what I'm hopefully going to be titling this series of videos, A Lonesome Crowded Midwest. Just so that way people can find it easier and it still kind of feels like the actual album. So, anyways, take care, have a wonderful day, or a wonderful week, or whenever you see me next. Catch you on the flip side, my friends. Alright, now how do I shut this thing off?